This was, I think, right after the morning session, amidst a very chaotic room, right as that morning session was ending. And it was after you had a number of hecklers and disruptions and all sorts of things happening. It was after, I believe, Kavanaugh's young daughters were escorted from the room after, as one individual said, the hearing got, quote, too hot. And Mr. Guttenberg, at that moment, went up to the front and attempted to introduce himself to Judge Kavanaugh. Now, it's very clear, and we showed a lot of these different videos, a lot of these different angles yesterday. It's really clear from any objective viewing of this moment that not only was Kavanaugh pretty much incapable of comprehending exactly what was happening following this chaos of the morning and the screaming and the protests and the disruptions, before he could even understand the situation, someone who was with security intervened, and you can see in some of the videos, they walked up between the two gentlemen, intervened, and Kavanaugh was escorted away. But Mr. Guttenberg, as well as many Democrats who oppose not just the administration, but Kavanaugh as a nominee, and many media entities seized upon this moment, classified it as a snub, and determined it to be an indication that Kavanaugh was somehow indifferent to the suffering of others, which seems a pretty incredibly dubious interpretation of the moment. But the media was more than happy to present it that way. They don't care they don't care how they use people and in what manner they use people, so long as they have something to use. And it didn't matter to anybody what the video or all of the different angles and multiple videos showed. Here's a montage of the legacy press that really went to bat on this talking point and repeated it over and over again ad nauseum, not just on social media, but also on TV. Watch.
If you look at the video, yeah, he knows who he is.
Does he?
You have, unless Rod Rosenstein has changed jobs and is now security, the White House lied, saying that Rod Rosenstein was his security and Don McGahn. That's a lie. And then, as you said, John Heilman, showing the malice in snubbing and being rude to the father of 14-year-old Jamie Guttenberg, who was shot in the back by an AR-15.
Why did the judge turn away? He'll say, the White House says, oh, well, security intervened. No, they didn't. You're seeing the pictures right now. First he turned away, then security came in. That's the damn truth, all right? The judge should be asked why.
The two men facing each other there are both proud and loving fathers. One of them has 2 children. The other used to have 2 children.
And it seems as though we're not going to give anyone any benefit of the doubt at all whatsoever anymore, or even just kind of step away from the situation and analyze very, very dispassionately what exactly happened in this video. To me, I'm a little incredulous to think that here you have Judge Kavanaugh, who at this particular moment, after he had a very careful career, very deliberate decisions made, would be here in front of the nation at a hearing for his nomination to the Supreme Court and would choose that moment to behave in a petty fashion. I just cannot, I can't bring myself to believe that someone would perhaps even jeopardize their ascension to the Supreme Court with such an action.